Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, the Fusion calendar is out. I hope you've seen my videos already on this guy. I feel like this is a top tier champion in the game. People are saying, if I've already got Theodore, should I get him? Look, Theodore is probably the best champion in the game for like dungeon running. Okay, so if you've got Theodore, maybe you step out. I still feel like he is a top tier champion in the game. Awesome for Bommel. Awesome for Clan Boss. Awesome for speed running dungeons. If you pick him up as like a mid-game account, he is going to be in every single team you are running. Great in the arena. Is he going to be like the end game champion to beat all champions? Maybe not. But I feel like he's bloody good, like really good. And if there's ever a video where it's like, yeah, this is the one you should probably get, it's going to be this one. He's in there for me in the same type of realms as a Helicaf in terms of account changing champion. Albeit, Helicaf did one thing exceptionally well and unlocked the clan boss for everybody. This guy will just be a jack of all trades, but really strong at it. So you can kind of make your decisions based on that. Also, typical fusions generally are a bit tougher, and it's over the Christmas period, which some people just won't be playing. So up to you, really, what you want to do. So to get this guy, we need 4 epics. I'd say the epics are all okay champions. There's nothing in there in the epics which makes me kind of like, yes, that's definitely the epic to go for. If I had to pick one out of these 4, I'd probably would take the chick on the left because I think she's actually pretty decent for Hydra and will be a generally okay champion for like, someone coming up early game. If there's no way you're getting this dude because of shards or you just haven't played the game for long enough to have the resources, then the champion on the left here is probably the best one. Trumbor, probably the best clan boss champion out of the lot. The other 2, I'm not particularly fussed about at all. I don't think they're that good. So to do this, you need to collect 16 risk arms or copies of these epics. And then we've got a kind of calendar of how it's all going to happen. Please note there's a second version of Andalia available in Summon Rush. We'll have a look at that in a second. And then there's a whole kind of timetable, which we're going to get into as well right now. We will be doing, and as we always do on hellhades.com, a daily update on what you should be doing to get this fusion. So if you're kind of like in that place of what should I do, hellhades.com, we just constantly update, the best way to be spending your energy or your time or whatever over this period. Especially considering, I mean, for me, Christmas Day and Boxing Day are basically a write-off. There's no way I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends on those 2 days because I'm at Lady H's family on the Sunday. I'm at my family on the Monday. I won't be anywhere near a PC or playing this game, which does make it tough. Yeah, it makes, and I'm sure there's other people, there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on for people. I'm sure of that. So it does make it tough. Let's have a look then where the points are, or where the champions are and how accessible this is. I kind of like this graphic. It gives us a good rundown of what's going on. So we've got an Ice Golem tournament to kick things off. I'll see that in a second, see what the points look like. Alongside Dungeon Divers. Yeah, so you're getting double bubble points there. We've got the early look at the Summon Rush. I like that it's early. Because you can see pretty damn early. Are you going to be picking up an extra epic or not? Do you have the resources to grab an extra epic, which takes the pressure off for the rest of the stuff? Yeah, that's this event here could be game changing for you as to whether or not you get this fusion. So it's so good that it's early. If they'd switched it and they had the kind of Summon Rush here, and then are they even doing a champion chase? Or maybe they're not. They're not doing a champion chase. Is that the first time ever? Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 16 of these, and there's no champion chase. There's only one summoning event. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, it's cool in a way. It means that you're not having to double dip on summoning events. You either get it or you don't. I guess it also means that champion chase is where you use your champions that you've got kind of left over. Oh, actually, that's a little bit slimy. So champions that you've got which are fusible, and I'll give you an example here. I have got, yes, game, can I please get into something? I've got available Girder Bulk Brew that I can summon. On a champion chase, I would get a lot of points for that, 500. but there's no champion chase to do that, which I think some people will be pretty pissed off about, actually. But still, one summoning event, I actually prefer that. So it's a little bit which way you want to go on it. Which way? Do you want to rage or do you want to be happy? Up to you. So let's have a look then. Dungeon Divers and Ice Golem together. Artifact event is just whether you've got your silver or not. Summon Rush, ideally you want to get Endalia. And also, you've got a chance to pull other copies of Risk Arms and Aishmas. Yeah, or sorry, and the Epics. You've got a chance to pull these champions in that Summon Rush period. So again, it'll give you a good feel for how lucky did you get? Did you manage to get anything extra during that? And I guess over this weekend, I'm sure we'll find out later today, there'll be a 10 times chance to pull some sort of champions, probably legendary champions. So we'll find out what that is later on today as well over this. Okay, so then going to Artifact Event Classic Arena. It's not a terrible idea. If you struggle with Arena, you could tank yourself down a little bit lower, you know, one-man defense it and then work your way back up, get easier wins. But, I mean, generally, you know where you are for Arena. I don't suggest that's a great system. You just got to be active, refreshing your Arena page, looking for those wins that you can actually get. Yes, you just want to be in your Arena kind of ranking and trying to find yourself some hits that you know are going to be wins over that period. On the free-to-plays, I've never struggled with Arena events, honestly. So that's just me. We then go into Fire Night Tournament. Doesn't really overlap the Dungeon Divers there or this one. So Fire Night's out on its own. And you've got Champion Training going at the same time. So you're going to want to do your Fire Night in this period. Champion Training, you can double dip on Dungeon Divers. And Spider, you can double dip on Dungeon Divers as well. If you're struggling with Spider, Spider 10 is where it's at to do it easily and to get a decent amount of points. Yeah, if you can do Spider 17 plus, do that. But if you can't, Spider 10 has got an abnormally high drop rate of 5 and 6 star items for its level. So that's where you want to be. Champion Training events. I've talked about this a ton of times, but there's definitely a way to do these easily. And there's going to be two here. So this is going to be hardcore. There's probably going to be one at a level that people are very upset about. So this will probably be hard, okay? But Champion Training, a lot of the work can be done in the tavern. And a lot of the work can be done leveling food with your brews. Yeah, so food champions like this, for me, I could go in there and be like, bam, put some levels in with brews. Yeah, a level 4 champion, I tend to do 4 brews. A level 3 champion, I tend to do 3 brews. So you see that would give me a ton of points, yeah? A level 3 champion. Do I do 2? No, I tend to do 2 brews, sorry. I do 2 brews. I don't tend to do it with anything less than a level 3, honestly. But level 3, 2 brews. Level 4, 4 brews. And then anyone that you're going to feed, make sure that they are not level 1 when you feed them. You literally double the points you would get if you do that system. You can also level them in campaign, which will get you silver in that as well towards the artifact events. But make sure that anyone that you're feeding, you do not feed them as a level 1 champion. You just lose out on so many points for champion training. I've got a video in detail on that, which I'll pin at the end for you to take a look at. And I guess probably because this fusion is a big one, I will do a bit of an update every few days on my main account what I'm doing. The champion training dips into Dungeon Divers, also dips into Spider here. We've then got the artifact event. You should have been making your silver as you've been doing these other things to do this one. The second classic arena comes in as well. And then we go into Dragon Tournament, which overlaps Dungeon Divers. Also overlaps a second champion training tournament. By this point, you're well in the know as to whether you've got extra copies of champions. And therefore, you've got a good sense of, do you need to do everything over this kind of Christmas period? But yeah, it's going to be, I guess, you know, Dragon and stuff is probably the easier of the lot to be doing over the kind of festive period. Champion Training, Dungeon Divers, and then a third artifact event. I mean, it feels, depending on this Summon Rush, it feels doable. That's the main barrier. How far can you get in Summon Rush? Do I see anything actually live to kind of get a gauge on points here? Ice Golem is live. Okay. So 2250, it's about where they normally put it. It's quite a high number of points. I would generally just kind of take the number of points, and that's how much energy it would tend to take you to do it if you're doing a reasonable level. If you're doing like level 15 plus, maybe 17 plus, it's pretty much a 1-for-1 energy for points that you need. You can go in, and again, I've got like fusion support guide type of stuff out there, but you know, this is the time where you're using your clan shop for energy, yeah, and you're just kind of like maxing out your clan shop with energy. It's the time where you are going into things like your bazaar and using your gold bar on energy, perhaps the shard if you've got enough. Like, you're pulling out all the stops, yeah, to make sure that you get yourself in the best possible position. You know, hopefully you've got into that kind of mentality of saving some stuff for these type of events. Hopefully you've got some of the kind of like monthly quests for energy kind of stored up, ready to go, so that you get this extra bunch of energy at the right time. Yeah, I've gone through all this stuff a ton of times before, so I'm hoping you've kind of taken that advice on, because it feels to me like this fusion is a big one. If you're stuck on silver, get yourself into the forge, forge out your crap. Yeah, forge out your crap and just sell it. You can also be looking for good pieces at the same time, but there's plenty of ways to make silver in the game. There's plenty of ways to get resources in the game. The real tough one is shards, and unless you've been able to save some shards, then that summon rush might just hurt. Maybe you've been able to save up mystery shards. Maybe you've been doing the whole buy up mystery shards whenever they're available in the shop, yeah, in the market. That's the only thing that market is good for, is to get yourself into a good place for summoning events. So there you go, guys. Look, it's live. Good luck over this festive period, and yeah, go after that rat. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.